It's a pleasure for me to welcome you to this graduation ceremony in the splendid surroundings of the Whitworth Hall. I know some of you will have traveled quite a way to be here today, and we appreciate your presence. This is a very special day for you graduates. It's a day to be rightly proud of what you have achieved. It's also a special day for family and friends of the graduates. You're likely to have played at least a supporting role in the graduates' achievements, not least through emotional and financial support during the period of study, and I want to thank you on behalf of the university. Graduation is also a special time for the university, but today it's extra special to me because I taught some of you syntactic theory in your second year. The University of Manchester is a prestigious university. It's ranked 41st university in the world by the most influential ranking of universities. Under normal circumstances, one might not be inclined to boast about coming 41st, but if it's out of all the universities in the world, then it is quite an achievement. What makes us great are our people, staff and students. During your time here, each one of you will, in your own way, have contributed to making us who we are. Not only our current students shape the university, our alumni are also important to us, and I hope you will continue to play a role in making us who we are, and that you will keep in touch with me, my colleagues, and the Alumni Association. It is customary on occasions like these to tell you of the famous people connected to the university. The atom was first split here by Ernest Rutherford. Alan Turing developed the first programmable computer here, and Ludwig Wittgenstein was a PhD student in aeronautical engineering here before finding his true interest. If you had time to walk around the quad before you entered the building, you will have seen the list of 25 Nobel Prize winners over the years, most recently the 2010 Nobel Prize for the discovery of graphene. Our alumni have made national and international impressions, not just in academic achievements, but in a broad range of fields. Our former students include Anna Ford, a broadcaster who was the first female newsreader on ITV, Margaret Beckett, a Labour politician and the longest-serving female MP. One of our former students, and now honorary doctor, is Sir Philip Craven, who has represented Great Britain in wheelchair basketball in 5 consecutive Paralympic Games, who was also competed in track and field and swimming in the Paralympic Games, and who is now president of the International Paralympic Committee. It is quite possible that some years from now, when one of my successors presents degrees like I am doing today, your name is included in the list of famous graduates. However, whether you reach fame or not, what I wish for you is that you find your niche in life, professionally and personally, a place where your knowledge and skills are valued and used, where you have the right level of challenge to develop further as a professional and as a person, while at the same time feeling secure in your own abilities. I know that the degree you have completed at the University of Manchester has prepared you well for this. However, I thought I would still take this opportunity to offer you 3 pieces of advice. Firstly, if things aren't looking perfect, if you haven't got the right job yet, if you haven't found the person to share your life with yet, or if you've dropped out of the World Cup earlier than you hope, have confidence, things will change for the better. Secondly, be aware that there is rarely a perfect time for decisions and choices, neither professionally nor personally, or if there is, we don't know it until afterwards. Therefore, my second piece of advice to you is to be open to opportunities at all times and to take your chances when they come along. The choices will not always work out perfectly, but then you reload and try another one. The first president of the merged University of Manchester, Professor Alan Gilbert, frequently said something along the lines of, "There's nothing wrong with failing as long as you get it over with quickly." So my third piece of advice would then be, don't be afraid of failing, just learn to do it quickly. So to sum up, even when things don't look too good, good stuff will happen, and you should be ready to react to stuff without fear of failing. That's enough advice. All that remains for me now is to encourage you again to keep in touch with the university and with my colleagues who've taught you. I hope you are aware that our Alumni Association, our Careers Office and our library will still offer you benefits now that you are not students but graduates of the University of Manchester. And I will now pass over to my colleague, Professor Jeremy Gregory, to speak on behalf of the School of Arts, Languages and Cultures. Thank you.
Vice President, colleagues, graduands and your families and friends, as head of the School of Arts, Languages and Cultures, I'm delighted to congratulate those of you graduating today on your stunning success in obtaining your degrees. Colleagues in the school are extremely proud of what you have achieved. They have worked closely with you for 3 years, or sometimes more if you have studied a foreign language or are being awarded a PhD. We hope that whether you are being awarded a BA, an MA, or a PhD today, you found your time here intellectually and academically stimulating. Because whatever else studying for a degree gives you, the experience should have been one where you found yourself both challenged and excited, and where you yourselves have become authorities on the topics you've researched. I'm extremely grateful to my colleagues for having given you that experience. For many of you, I have no doubt it will have transformed your lives, though you may not know it yet. I therefore ask you all to join me in thanking the teaching and support staff and your supervisors for all their efforts and dedication during your time with us. This ceremony in our magnificent Whitworth Hall, where we are awarding degrees to students in linguistics and English language, in combined studies, and from our Humanitarian and Conflict Response Institute, reminds us of the bold Victorian hopes and aspirations for our university. It also reminds us that some of the disciplines you've studied have a long and distinguished record at this institution, and that the university was a pioneer in several of these. The study of English language at the university goes back to 1851, and the Department of Linguistics was founded in 1963 when the Montfolic Chair was established, and we started admitting students to study the discipline in 1964. We celebrated 50 years of linguistics at Manchester earlier this academic year, and several students graduating today presented posters about their own independent research as part of those celebrations. Combined studies programs were also started in the 1960s, and future plans for the school include relaunching a combined studies program which will make the most of the opportunities of being in a school which includes over 20 disciplines, ranging alphabetically from American studies to translation studies, with history and Japanese in between. I've often thought that combined studies students have an extraordinary ability to negotiate between different departments, and in many cases, this will only help increase their attractiveness to future employers. The titles of your degree programs indicate your ability to master 2 or 3 very different disciplines, and that ability is also demonstrated by those on joint honours programs. The university is also at the forefront of establishing new programs and new topics. The Humanitarian and Conflict Response Institute first offered programs in 2009. The Institute brings together a unique grouping of disciplines dealing with humanitarian issues, and the students graduating today in global health show our interdisciplinary work with the medical school. The 2 doctoral students graduating today from the Institute are its first PhD students. The university and the school prides itself on educating students who are not only trained in an intellectual discipline, but who are also prepared for future employment or further study. For those of you who have just completed an undergraduate program, I hope you are successful in starting your career outside the university. the programs you have studied are centrally engaged with issues which confront today's society. Those of you studying global health will have been trained in one of the most pressing problems of the day. Those of you who have studied degrees in linguistics and English language have grappled with some of the most complex topics in defining what it means to be human. Without language, could we in fact think, or indeed be human at all? You may well be contemplating further study. The University of Manchester was a pioneer in developing MAs and PhD programs in the late 19th century, and these are very much at the forefront of what we, as a research-intensive university, aim to offer. And increasingly, our postgraduate programs are developed both to provide opportunities for those considering an academic career, as well as equipping students with the skills for professional practice in areas such as peace building. And as a sign of the school's commitment to MA students, I'm delighted to be able to announce that the school will offer a £1,000 bursary to any student graduating from the university with a first-class degree who registers on one of our programs. For those graduating in linguistics and English language, I'm delighted to announce the following achievements and awards. Yi Yang is awarded the GL Book Prize, which encourages and recognizes excellence in the study of English language. Yi also receives an Outstanding Academic Achievement Award for one of the highest overall marks in the faculty. The Dean's Awards for Exceptional Performance are awarded to Jenny Toner, Xiong Wu, Wenqing Xu, Wenxing Yang, and Xiang Xu. I'm delighted to note that several of you are on our 2+2 programs with our partner Chinese universities, an initiative which you, Vice President, developed. I'm also pleased to report that George Bailey has received 4 years of Economic and Social Research Council funding to do an MA and PhD with us. George also created the Dialect Variation Maps website, which received national media attention. And he, Jessica Fox, Melissa Bottomley, and Gracie Smith were interviewed by the media about it. If you want to know where and perhaps why people call a piece of bread a bap, a roll, a balm, or a cob, this is the site for you. The school's web and social media officer has asked me to remind you that the school is running a graduation selfie competition. So please tweet us your selfie if you want to take part. I should add that selfies should not be taken during the ceremony. After this ceremony, I invite you to join colleagues for a reception in the graduation marquee. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed today. Please keep in touch with us and visit us when you're back in Manchester. We wish you the very best of luck for the future and look forward to hearing how you're doing. Thank you.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Mattea Celestina. And for the degree of Master of Arts, Humanitarianism and Conflict Response, David Adu Jemfi. Helen Redmond. Karen Other. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Global Health with honors, Toby Bolcom. Neil Cobban. Rosie Conroy. Victoria Holmes. Sarah Rose Hughes. Chandni Jadauji. Stephanie Jane Jokan. Emma Louise McEldony. Ian Malcolm James Murphy. Ekta Patel. Grace McLean Pike. Sorry. Amy Smith. And Jack Savin.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, English Language with Honors, Atika Ahmed. George Bailey. Melissa Bottomley. Chris Carr. Sarah Conlon. Chris Coombs. Hannah Louise Croasdale. Kira Cusack. Thomas Andrew Dalton. Gillian Davis. Ella May Kaur Dix Nagra. Stephanie Dobson. Joseph Doherty. Benjamin John Leslie Fern. Amy Claire Elizabeth Galbraith. Rachel Ann Harrison. Liane Hinchliff. Thomas Ingham. Kim Joy Anna Kahan. Emma Louise Kelly. James Kidd. Rhiannon Lane. Alice McMahon. Victoria Murphy. Lubna Sabiha Mushtaq. Abigail Mylechreest. Umara Nassim. Oliver Nesbitt. Lorraine Newton. Sam Nightingale. Mukdava Oktyabri. Tasneem Patel. Rebecca Louisa Paxton. Hannah Phillips. Emma Priest. Xi Tian. Hai Lun Xian. William Kwamina. Jennifer Rothwell. George Rowlands. Hala Shablak. Saida Sidiot. Gracie Smith. Leo Stephen Thompson Adams. Jenny Toner. Joanna Tripney. Lauren Walsh. Daniel Whiteley. Kelly Marie Wilby. Marie Claire Yates. Yi Wei In. Yang Zi Zhou. And in English Language and Screen Studies with honors, Faye Broadbent. Chao Chang. Ke Jun Dong. Harriet Fitzgerald Alsop. Holly Greaves. Anna Maria Jones. Frederick McLean. Phoebe Oleranshaw. Li Meng Tang. Meng Xia Wei. Yu Chen Yao. Rui Zhang. And in English Literature and Linguistics with honors, Amy Bowden. Grace Chapman. Alexandra MacDonald. Laura Shield. Charlie Smith. Benjamin Vine. Michael Williams. And in linguistics with honors, Madeline Back. Lauren Brooks. Michael Collins. Isabel Dixon. Jennifer Fitton. Jessica Fox. Louisa Gerard. Charlotte Ann Gibb. Melissa Charlotte Hughes. Charlotte Norman. William David George Standing. Tanya Whittingham. And in linguistics and screen studies with honors, Ding Yi Li. Han Jan Xia. Yu Xuan Xiao. And in linguistics and social anthropology with honors, Shamaila Chowdhury. Franziska Wenzlau. And in linguistics and sociology with honors, Man Ting Chen. Kai Fai Choi. Hannah Kendall. Xian Chu Liu. Carmela Manta. Aisha Vali. Xin Yu. Wei Wen Zhu. And from the Center for Combined Studies for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Film Studies and Historical Studies with honors, Dominic O'Donoghue. And in Film Studies and French with honors, Laura Sheridan. And in Historical Studies and Religious Studies and Comparative Religion with honors, Jennifer Alice Chapman. And in German and Social Science with honors, Nicholas David Fox. And in Literary Studies and Drama and Philosophy with honors, Samuel Waterhouse. And in philosophy and French with honors, Jane Brialy. And in philosophy and Holocaust studies with honors, Carmel Anna Healy. And in philosophy and religious studies and comparative religion with honors, Juliet Glennie. And in philosophy and Spanish with honors, Rebecca Guy. And in social science and religious studies and comparative religion with honors, Sarah Block.
If I can then ask all the students to stand up, please, and put your hats on. So there, you're now graduates of the University of Manchester. Congratulations. I now declare this ceremony closed.